Hello, hello, hello. I'm under here somewhere, under the logo. Here I am. Hi. Welcome to Philo. I am Amber Greenlee. This is my co-host, Robin, Robin Fisher, who for some reason is down there. There she is.
Hi.
And then we have guest host Kate Kirscht today, who is going to be one of the guest artists. And let me show you guys where we kind of left off and stuff. So this is the page that I'm currently building. Just a quick recap. They're still in the stomach realm. There are word balloons doing stand-up comedy on stage up here. And then Armand, the bartender, goes out for a smoke break. And the spies run into him. Spies bring a message from Meow that says, "Help them!" And then Meow follows the group with a spider tracker. That's how he found them in the stomach realm. And then the dog can smell Meow on the tracker. So that's where we left off in the story of Philo. And do you want to do? Hi, Dale. Do you want to do the first panel, Kay, or do you want me to do the first panel?
I could do the first panel.
Okay, so we have the dog now knows that Meow tracked them. Is the dog communicating this to the group?
James!
Hi, James!
Hi, James!
Yes, Philo and Otis are still around. Yeah, so is the dog communicating this to the group?
Or did he just swallow the tracker and now nobody knows what's going on? But Mao's got to show up, right? He's going to make himself known.
Well, he sent a message, so he has some way to access the stomach realm. So I'm thinking, I don't know.
think you should do a panel where he's like in like a war room where he's like in Star Wars and he's like tracking them.
Mm-hmm.
So that they see, like, you know what I mean? We just showed the spider tracker on them. So now let's see what he sees the spider tracking. You know what I mean?
Dale says you guys heard the news about colorist Tom Luth, which I haven't heard yet. And then James says, Robin, Amber, and KKK. That's what I say.
Nice. I've never even heard of Tom Luth.
I like the idea of the war room. I think that we should see, meanwhile, Meow in the war room. I think that should be the caption. Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm going to be drawing, but I may not be able to use the text block. It's doing.
I see something's going on with it.
Yeah.
Dale says the tracker needs an even tinier tracker on it.
Okay, so what does
a tracker on the tracker?
Tracker. What is that? The Kaiju Council? They still have
yes, perfect, Amber.
Okay.
That's perfect.
Okay, so Kay, you're drawing the war room, and you said you can't use the text.
Can't use the text. Yeah, it keeps. There's something bizarre with that, but I can draw. So I am drawing the war room.
For me, can you do me a favor and just in white write on the bottom what the caption is, and I'll fix it in post. Okay, and the caption is just meanwhile Meow at the war room, right? And so you're going to be drawing Meow in his war room. That is your panel.
It's not working too well.
Are you having issues?
Yes, I am having issues. Come on, down here.
Well, I see a mouse moving. Like I see I just saw one. A black dot.
Okay. All right.
Do you want me to take the first panel?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, let me take the first panel, and then
maybe you should draw a tiny tracker on the tracker in this panel that you've got up right now. Just add a little tiny tracker on the tracker because you have a good close-up of it right there. Hey, James says maybe your color is set to white.
Oh, jeez. Oh, no, I don't want Why do you keep
Okay,
doing
meanwhile,
that?
Meow is in the war room.
So Dale was talking about the colorist Tom Luth, and he says he was a comic colorist and a longtime colorist for Gru. He was part of the Gru crew until a couple of years ago when he decided to retire. Sadly, he passed recently. Just found out on the News from Me blog.
Aw. Well, I'm sorry. If he's part of the Gru crew, then I know Dale has certainly admired his work.
I think, haven't we all? I mean, Gru is pretty rad.
Sorry to hear it, Dale. That's what James said. Is sorry to hear it.
Yeah, it's like, it sucks because Dale and I are at the age where everybody we know are starting to die. It's not cool. It's not cool.
I'm at the top of the hill right now. I'm not going downhill yet. I'm not over the hill. I'm at the top of the hill, and it's a great view. I'm enjoying it. Tom and I would chat on Facebook, says Dale. Yeah, so it's certainly a personal connection. Okay, so meanwhile, Meow is in the war room. How you doing, Kay?
Rest in peace, Tom.
Not good at all. It's not responding to me. I'm gonna have to pull out of Photoshop and come back on again and reshare.
That's okay. Hey, if you need to like restart and stuff, just jump back in the room and I'll pull you back in. Okay? It's okay. I'm doing panel 1, so you got some time.
And even if you can't draw, you can contribute ideas like me.
Yeah, it's not my touchpad. Okay, here we go. Thank you.
Terminal. You know, I've been in a war room in Germany during the Cold War.
Like while the Cold War was going on, you were in a war room in Germany?
Yep.
All right.
Nothing was happening, but it was like my dad was in the military, right? And we were living in Germany, and we were part of the Canadian NATO offensive, defensive, whatever. And one time my dad took me into the basement in the bottom where the war room literally is, and I got to see like the big, giant plexiglass screen and all this stuff, like that little map with all the figures and literally a war room.
Let's see.
That was like probably 88, 86, maybe in between there.
Dale says, Tom and I would chat on Facebook. Tell me about it, Robin. And then Dale says, James, thanks. It's appreciated. James says, no problem. It's been a rough year for comics. That's true. That's true. It's been a rough year.
But see, it's not going to get any better because, like, next year's just going to be as bad. There's going to be just as many people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as time progresses, the people who make comics age. And, oh no, I lost her. I lost Robin.
Okay, the internet cut out. I'm here. Hi.
Okay. Yeah, no, I got you. You. Yeah, but as the time progresses, people age and they pass away. I remember when Tim Sale passed away. That took a lot of people by surprise.
That was pretty surprising.
Offline.
That was pretty surprising because he was a pretty healthy dude.
Yeah. Well, I mean, until the cancer.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. But I mean, that just goes to show you don't know who it's going to attack.
I was really devastated that Paul Rubens had passed away, and he had apparently had cancer for many years and just didn't talk about it. And it was funny because, like, I was sad and I was really upset about it because I really quite cared about him as an actor and a character and a creator. And I thought I was over it, and then I watched this movie Quiz Show, and he showed up at the very end, and it was like the last movie he filmed before he died, and I was just bawling my eyes out. I was like, oh, I'm not over it.
One of my favorite characters he ever played is the vampire in
the
Vampire Slayer.
The movie, that's excellent. That was his first comeback role after his Scandal.
Yeah, after Scandal. James says that was rough. Tim was a very active member of my Marie Severin Facebook group. And then Dale says, Robin, have you read the zine When We Were Trekkies? Joe Secure writes and draws a comic about being a Trekkie in the 70s. He will be signing at the San Francisco Cartoon Art Museum June 8th to 2 to 4. Fun comic.
Yeah, when he's stomping his feet and he's like, ow, ow,
just started watching X-Men 97 and it is surprisingly good. Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things from X-Men 97.
My brother really liked it.
I haven't seen it yet. We have a Disney subscription, but I also have a 3-year-old. We just haven't had time. We are
What's that noise?
I think
that's my Photoshop going nuts.
I feel like I'm in an aquarium.
Have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in?
No, I've never read Trekkies. I've not seen When We Were Trekkies. I've not seen that zine, but I do like that artist. He's quite good. And you should go if you can manage to. I mean, you're so lucky that you live in San Francisco for that museum. I've been one time. I've actually been to that museum, and I've been once, and it was quite impressive.
Yeah, when I went there, I bugged the curator, Andrew, and because we're just like Facebook friends and stuff, and I was just like, hey, I'm here in San Francisco. It's good to see you. Okay, now it's on the awkward conversation. Dale was there. he'll confirm. I was pretty awkward. Yeah, but that's okay.
Wait, I'm gonna be a second. I have to go let my cat in my room. Just a minute, okay?
I've met Joe a couple times at cons, says Dale. James says, by the way, you're a fast artist. Always amazes me when I actually get to stop by. Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, I try and be fast for you guys so you're not just watching the same panel over and over. But again, this isn't how I draw for my own comics. This is just, well, I guess it is for Philo as my own comics. Yeah, well, I'm awkward too. I mean, I think it's fair to say that I was more awkward than Andrew in this scenario. Yeah, but we're gonna start building a war room back here. And then, Kay, how's it going?
Okay, so far so good. Now,
do you need to reboot?
I think I'm okay. All right, good. All right.
Okay, let me know when you reshare the screen. Let's see. Are you sharing the screen right now? Let me check. No, you're not.
Oh, here we go. There, here, and share.
Okay, give me a second. Whoop, there it is. Okay, now can we write? Can we draw?
I'm gonna see if we can write. Okay. There. No. Please
oh,
don't.
no.
Escape.
So you're still having this weird issue?
I'm still having a weird issue.
To me, it seems like it might require a reboot.
Yeah. Yikes. Well, let's see if I can just at least draw.
Let's see. Hi, Jeremy, says James. And then Dale says, I hung with Chuck this morning and spent at least an hour yelling at him not to use a fucking wash on his ink drawings. I told his son Sam to rat Chuck out to his wife about not sticking to ink. Well, like, why is it important that he stick to ink?
Isn't it part of the challenge that they're doing?
Well, no, he's bitter about the art battle right now.
Oh,
I guess he
okay.
went to one and wasn't picked, and then the guy who was picked drew a toilet.
It looks like I need to reboot. I'm sorry, folks.
I'd be bitter too.
That's okay. It's okay. I will see you in a little bit. Oh, what? You have to reboot too?
No, I said I would be.
Yeah.
I don't have to reboot.
Okay. Yeah, Kay, it's okay. I will see you in a little bit. And
Okay.
yeah, that's okay. I've done this show solo before. I'm doing great.
Hey Dale, did you see my new T-shirt? Hey Amber, can you put me on the big screen?
Ooh, yeah. I'm sorry. I was just drawing. What's your new t-shirt? Let's see. And then
It's
I see it.
It's a 2003 San Diego Comic-Con T-shirt, and it's by Dave Cooper, and it's from his Weasel comic book series. So amazing.
Nice.
He found them all like in his house, so I grabbed one. But it came with this, which was nice. Ah, my freaking phone. I'm charging it, so it's precarious.
Nice meeting you, Kay, says James. And then Jeremy says, hi. Dale says, Robin, you are half an inch tall on my phone. And then James Windsor Smith says, nice.
And then this came with the T-shirt from my pal Dave.
Oh, nice.
It's Eddie, his character Eddie.
Nice.
So made me very happy to receive these things from Mr. Cooper.
Yeah, that's really cool.
He's got a new series coming out called Doghead, so I'll probably be talking about it shortly. I showed you a lot of his art. He does this series called Mostly Pillowy Girls, where he does like weird looking women, and they're all like really chubby but interesting and different. He's really into different shapes and sizes, which I like. And he's done like a lot of really cool kids stuff. So he's got a really, really awesome kids book called Bagel and Becky. And it's about like this dog and this cat, and they go on an adventure when the dog loses his hat, and they like go to space and they have to get the hat back, but Becky thinks he's lying the whole time. Anyways, he's such a great artist, Dave Cooper. He did a lot of art backgrounds for Futurama. Like he did some of the machines and the ships and stuff, and he's done a lot of stuff. They've made movies, like they did an Eddie Table movie, and Mike Patton did all the music for it.
Nice.
Let's see. In Canada, we've got a bunch of his cartoons. He's got a series called Pig, Goat, Banana, Cricket. And that Bagel and Becky that I was telling you about is also a cartoon series. They're hard to find, though, because they were only released in Canada. But
that happens sometimes. But, I mean, like, there's a Canadian series that's hard to find down here, Undergrads, that I really loved.
Undergrad. That sounds
familiar. Did you ever see it?
I gotta look it up.
It was about a bunch of undergrads at college, and they're basically at Saskatoon.
Oh, it's a live show though. It's not a cartoon.
No,
it is animated.
Yeah,
I've never seen that. Holy cow! Haven't I seen that? It looks vaguely familiar.
It's really good. It freaks me out that Canada has different TV shows.
Yeah, well, I mean, we got different music. We got a whole different culture.
Dale, thank you. Yeah. That sounds like Kay. Hi, Kay.
Hello.
So we are back from a reboot. Let's see. I think like there should be like, I don't know, a nexus back here on Meow's radar. I guess if he's able to go between many multiverses. Canada gave us The Final Sacrifice and Mike Piper. The Final Sacrifice is one of the few Mystery Science Theater 3000 movies you can't find on any of the three streaming services. The reason being is they lost the rights to actually have the movie. And the guy won't re-release it because he didn't like it being riffed on, Mystery Science Theater.
No way. That's crazy.
TV horror teen comedy Todd and the Book of Pure Evil. Mike Piper, actor that is, and I learned he appeared in The Last of Us as a while ago. I think I shared this. Yeah, Mystery Science Theater 3000 lost the rights to the filmmaker who had mixed feelings of the rift. Yeah, and so he didn't like the fact that they were like making fun of it. But there's what's funny is that when you go to trivia about the film on IMDb. Some of that trivia is that the actor that starred in The Final Sacrifice, it was like his first job ever acting, and he realized like halfway through production that it was like this low budget like piece of shit, and he was always embarrassed of it until he saw Mystery Science Theater 3000 make fun of it, and then he's like, now I'm proud to show it to people because they made it funny, right? You know, he's like, they saved it. Yeah, I like the Canadian band Harem Scarum. Magic Marmot says Ryan Reynolds came from Canada, and then James Winter Smith says SCTV. SCTV, that's Second City Television. Didn't that also come from Chicago? I thought Canada was like Kids in the Hall, and I guess SCTV too, because there's John Candy and then Rick Moranis.
SCTV is like a franchise, like
what
there's another example. I want to say the Groundlings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like, it's a series of comedy clubs, and SCTV was famous in Canada, but this was before the TV series, because this is where Gilda Radner started. She's not Canadian, but she was up in Canada for some reason. I think she was dating Victor Garber, or she was dating Martin Short, and they were doing like Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat. This was like in the late 60s, early 70s, before SNL even started. And they all, like, it was her, it was Jane Curtin, it was a whole bunch of people that moved down to New York and started in Saturday Night Live. And then a bunch of the Canadians continued on and created their own TV show. And that was like Eugene Levy, Catherine O'Hara, Joe Flaherty, John Candy, Rick Moranis, Dave Thomas, I think, Andrea Martin, cannot forget Andrea Martin. But anyways, and then Kids in the Hall was the 90s.
Okay.
Late 80s, early 90s. And that was my era. I remember staying up late and watching Kids in the Hall, and then going to school the next day and just like reenacting those skits to everyone, because I love that show so much. It was so weird and so amazing. I loved them so much.
One of my favorite skits of Kids in the Hall is when the guy's been robbed so many times that he and the robber are just bored, you know, with it, and they're just like, gosh, again, you know the drill, run around a little bit and I'll chase you with the gun.
That's one of my favorite things about them, is they were so absurd. Like, they always had, like, a lot of their comedy was absurd, like that was very absurd.
So Kay, what's the verdict?
Still trying to figure this out.
Okay.
Don't reopen Windows?
Okay, I will work on panel 2.
Oh, Dale, you say there's a Canadian actor you like. He played a captain on a spaceship. I'm pretty sure you're talking about Nathan Fillion. He played Malcolm Reynolds on Serenity and Firefly. He is Canadian, indeed.
I didn't know that.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of good Canadians.
And you know, one thing about SNL I bet you didn't know is that Lorne Michaels wouldn't be anywhere that he is today without the help of Rosie Schuster, who is the daughter of the Canadian comedy troupe Wayne and Schuster, who are quite famous. And Rosie Schuster was behind the scenes on SNL, and she knew a lot of people and was getting a lot of people involved in the show. And she helped Lorne Michaels quite a bit. Nobody really talks about Rosie Schuster.
I'm sure she's mentioned in like books about SNL and stuff.
Some of them, but very few.
Okay, so our last panel is Meow in the room, and we were talking about the tracker having a secondary tracker. Okay, I see.
Yeah, and you thought that secondary tracker is the Kaiju Council tracking them, and I think that's excellent.
Okay, so what are these books of which you speak of?
I don't even know what he's talking about. Books?
I don't know. I think we were talking about books and stuff, but yeah. Okay, so the tracker has a mini.
Are you talking about freaking Shatner? Because that's the other famous Canadian starship captain, William Shatner.
Yeah.
The leader of the Starship the captain of the Starship Enterprise.
Yeah, but don't forget he was also in like what was it? Curse of the Spiders or Curse of the Tarantulas or whatever. Attack of the Tarantulas. Something like that.
He's in a lot of silly things.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, he went to space. A different Canadian starship captain. Oh, you're really testing me now. I don't know. You do some work on that, Dale. You figure it out yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, she had a long day at the
I mean, you need to give me more than a Canadian starship captain. I've already given you two possibilities.
Wait, is oh gosh, I'm trying to think of his name. The guy who played Sam Beckett, Captain Archer in Enterprise. He can sing. He was the main cat in Cats Can't Dance.
Oh,
or
I
Cats
don't know.
Don't Dance. What's his name?
John Candy was barf. He was half man, half dog. He was his own best friend.
Yes.
I love that movie. Actually, that movie and Blazing Saddles are some of my favorite movies of all time. When I was a kid growing up. Now, I don't know, I can't say now, but I certainly have a lot of the lines memorized from those two movies. My different Canadian starship.
My favorite line from Blazing Saddles is when Mongo says, Mongo don't know. Mongo only pawn in game of life.
That's such a good one. No, I used to always do it at work when I worked at Fabricland. The phone ring and I just whisper to myself, telegram from Mongo.
Yeah. I mean, that's very Bugs Bunny-ish right there.
Yeah.
You know?
Badges. We don't need no stinking badges.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's so many lines for that. Like the amount of times I've sung that Madeline Kahn song at work, I'm tired. Tired of being admired.
I remember before William Shatner used AI, he dressed down and called out Vic Mignogna for fabricating a friendship he had with him. Here's the link. Ooh, UHF riffed the Badges scene with Badgers. Yes, they did.
UHF is such a great movie. I just rewatched that like 3 months ago. I love that movie.
And the thing is it was doomed. It was doomed. Okay, it released the same weekend as an Indiana Jones movie, Jurassic Park, and Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, I was doomed.
It was doomed.
But I still saw it. I think I even saw it in the theaters when I was like a teenager.
Yeah, because we're the Fringe, and Fringe, always supports the Fringe, right? But I'm just saying that like if it had been released any other weekend or any other year, it probably would have had a lot more people viewing it and a much bigger following. But it was doomed.
Well, no, I would say that in video form, it probably did really well.
Yeah, maybe.
Because this is still the era of Blockbuster, remember? And Weird Al had a lot of fans, so I'm sure a lot of people at least watched the video. Or bought the video. I have it on DVD.
Kay, how we doing?
We got it all. On UHF.
What'd you say?
It's like I don't have any control over it. Photoshop. And it wants to update it, which I hope is not the problem. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it working. It acts like my finger is on or that it's putting in letters or commands. It won't stop that.
Yeah, it's like there's a button held down or something.
Yes. Yeah.
You're not wrong, Jeremy. There's a couple of like racist things, just a few racist things in UHF where you're just like, that didn't age well.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I mean, like he had what's her name, Fran Drescher, as like a female news reporter. He gave her a lot of autonomy. He let the girl that Victoria Jackson was like, I'm not putting up with your garbage anymore, and she broke up with him. So it's not like she, you know what I mean? It wasn't all cheese and bad things. It was good. There was some good stuff. I think also too, the problem is that what's his name? The guy who played Kramer. His character seemed kind of like he was like
Michael Richards.
Yeah, his character was kind of like special needs. I don't know what you'd call them.
On
Delayed.
the spectrum, I would say.
A little deep in the spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
Because he, like, the way he spoke and stuff, so you could probably take offense to that.
Yeah.
Stanley Spadowski. Wasn't it Spadowski? Yeah, that's it. Spadowski. Close, James. Jeremy's right.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. He was really innocent. And one of my favorite scenes was at the end when he was trying to escape from the bad guys and he just had, like, all this crazy stuff he was doing. He's a really good physical comedian.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he really was, but, you know, the guy made a bad decision.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's very true.
You know, and the thing is he doubled down on that bad decision at the time.
Yeah, he should have apologized.
Well, he ended up apologizing, but, like, his apology got booed on air. Because Seinfeld was being interviewed on late night. And so he had Michael Richards kind of, like, Skype in for the apology. And again, like, you couldn't hear it because everybody was booing. But this was, like, the day after it happened.
No, and, like, it's just a question of sincerity. I'm sure if he gave it a minute and did it especially for that instead of just being a phone-in with Jerry, people probably wouldn't have booed him.
Yeah.
But whatever, it is what it is. He reaped the consequences, that's for sure.
Yeah, and now the guy's poisoned. So
who wants to drink from the fire? Oh.
Let's see, and the Chekhov's mop payoff is perfect. Michael Richards had a very deep in the spectrum character of Fridays. Who wants to drink from the fire hose? Yeah, Michael Richards was trouble. Yeah, poison is it. Yeah. He I don't know. It's like you said, he had physical comedy chops, and I know after Seinfeld ended, they tried to get Michael Richards his own show where he was basically playing a Kramer character, and it, like, got canceled after 2 episodes.
Sometimes it can translate, sometimes it can't.
Yeah. Well, he was a bumbling detective.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. Michael Richards, per the web, is worth $30 million. He should retire and raise cats.
He probably has. We don't even know.
Yeah, let's see. And then we have this guy. This guy's going to have, like, his little legs right here.
The tracer on the tracer.
Yeah, but we don't know it's for the Kaiju Council yet. Yeah. I'm sorry that your equipment's not working, Kay.
This is not good. Yeah. It's like it's doing whatever the hell it wants to in Photoshop.
That's so lame too, because you got it working last time.
Yeah.
You just, like, do an update and then it just screwed everything up. That happened.
When I've had similar stuff where, like, my Wacom was my Wacom and I needed to update the driver. And so, you know, I don't know what it is, but it seems like it's going to be something that's going to take you time to track down, and I'm not going to force you to do that during the show.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. It's not your fault. You know, technical stuff happens. You know, like we have another voice to talk to. Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's okay.
Let's see if I can get a layer in here.
It's pretty cool how you got your thing set up with all the black and then it's just your face coming out of the darkness, Kay. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah. Very very dramatic, very noir.
It's too much.
Okay. So let's turn that off, and then we got to add a layer for our static. Our static for Otis. Ah.
Whoa, what's that noise? Is somebody calling you?
No, that's my Photoshop being out of control.
Oh, wow.
it's like an entry button got stuck. It keeps wanting to open other folders. And I have a lock on board. It disengaged right now. So I don't know what the hell it is.
I don't know what it is then. If it's not because again, that was just the problem that I had when I had a very similar problem. I also had a Razer mouse kind of device thing for gaming where it had buttons on it, and then it had like a little trackpad for your thumb, so you're not using the WASD keys for gaming. And that thing sometimes would cause that problem. I'm not saying that you have something similar, but I don't know if like there's a device or something that you have hooked up that might be causing that problem.
Yeah, it said early on that the driver wasn't really responding to the driver.
Yeah.
It's like it really should be responding to the driver. But now I have it completely disengaged and off, and I still can't get into Photoshop. Photoshop wants to update too, so I'm wondering if it might be part of that. Well, anyway, sorry about that.
That's okay. It's not your fault.
Just open up a frame.
Yeah, it's like we lost a whole show because I had technical difficulties, and I literally deleted it from the archive. And that's why in the archive it says episode 18 redo. It's because we literally just picked up episode 18. It's like, okay, we're redoing it. Do over.
Just hate being held so much.
Yeah. There we go. That way we know they're kind of floating in the stomach realm there. If something is repeating, try a different keyboard and mouse. Could be a stuck key. I will give you a hint. He was the father in the greatest curling rom-com of all time.
Oh, that's Leslie Nielsen.
He was
a Starship. Leslie Nielsen.
Oh, he was a Starship captain in Forbidden Earth. Yeah, or I meant Forbidden Planet. He was a Starship.
I was thinking about Leslie Nielsen, but I've never seen any movie that he's been a Starship captain in. So I believe you. I just haven't seen it.
Yeah, Forbidden Planet. It's a 1960s 1960s sci-fi, or no, 50s sci-fi that basically inspired Star Trek. And cool. If you watch it, you can see like where it's like the prototype for Star Trek, because there's the captain's going to a planet to investigate for scientific reasons and stuff. And there's this like invisible monster that when you do end up seeing the monster, it's animated by Disney, so it looks really cool.
Oh, that is cool. That sounds very cool.
Yeah, and the thing is the backdrops that they had painted for this planet that they're on are still used today for like, photo shoots and stuff.
That's cool.
These like wild backdrops of like craggy rocks and purple skies. It's really cool stuff.
Hey Dale, are you gonna watch the new Mad Max?
Let's see.
My brother and I are halfway through the new Dune.
Yeah, the soundtrack for Forbidden Planet is amazing, and Robbie the Robot. Yes, Robbie the Robot. That's right. That's where he comes from. And it's a different robot than Danger Will Robinson, but not by much. They were both made by the same designer. I do know that. Yeah. But yeah, Robbie the Robot. Oh.
Dale is living through Mad Max, or you're living through Dune? Oh, I had a weird moment on Quora yesterday.
What's that?
So, someone was asking, whatever happened to Christian Crook, the girl who played Lana Lane in Smallville?
Yeah.
And how she hasn't really been doing much lately. And then the first person that responded was like, oh, I really miss her. She was such a good actress. She brought so much depth to the character. I really enjoyed her from this season to this season or whatever. And they were like, I couldn't really get into the Lois Lane actress. I just wasn't as invested. Kristen Crook was such a great actress that, I really miss her, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I looked at who wrote all that, and it was flippin' Orson Scott Card.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah. I have his signature in a book.
Cool. I had no idea he was such a Smallville fan.
He hates women.
Oh, okay. But it didn't sound like he hated women when he wrote about Kirsten Crook. Kind of like he put her on a pedestal.
But he thinks that women belong certain places. Robbie and B9 need a road trip movie like a robot Thelma and Louise. Oof. And gays. Yeah, he hates gay people. That's true. Oh,
man. That's depressing.
Yeah, I know, because it's like the guy came up with Ender's Game.
Yeah,
it's like book. You know, why are you? It's like J.K. Rowling, right? You know, I love Harry Potter. I hate her, right? It's not good when I'm doing. Are all those noises just you, Kay?
Yep, afraid so.
That sounds like someone's Skyping you.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Kaiju Council is tracking through the
Kaiju Council is calling Kay? What?
No, the Kaiju Council is
No, I'm just joking.
It's sad that both of them turned out to still be bigots, yeah. Let's see. Okay, so the second tracker is the Kaiju. And it's EL, right, for council? It's EL, right, for council?
I'm Canadian. I add U's to everything.
I'm pretty sure it's that. Council with an I. Thank you.
Yay, Magic Marmot comes in with the spelling.
Yes, yes, the second tracker is the Kaiju Councils. So I know you're not being called K, but it's like these like bizarre sounds on our end.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. So if the second tracker, then we gotta have like, here's Godzilla, right? Oh gosh, I gotta look up reference for Godzilla again.
You drew a really good one last time. He would look quite angry. I was very impressed.
Yeah, let's see, Godzilla. I gotta find a good reference for Godzilla. That's a good reference. Okay, I'll do that. Yeah, we'll have him like with his tiny little mouth. Yeah, you know, considering the size of Godzilla, he has a really tiny mouth for his size.
And tiny hands.
And tiny hands, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have him. And he's gonna be like holding like, I guess, a tracker.
No, it shouldn't. Yeah, it should be a screen. You're right, so that he can see.
Yeah, because you know they're giant, right? So. That's not a good Godzilla. That is not a good Godzilla. No, it's all wrong.
Thank God for erasers.
Yeah, when we did Philo on paper, you couldn't erase.
Ooh, that's rough.
We didn't have any reference. It was so rough for as an artist. Like we were roughing it. Kay was there. She knows. And I haven't had a cat and cat cam the whole time. That's why I haven't had cat cam on.
They're doing their own thing today.
Yeah, let's see. And then I guess we have Godzilla and then King Kong, right? He's on the Kaiju Council. Well, Godzilla was the prosecution, right? So he's not actually on the Kaiju Council. I don't think. But I imagine that all the kaiju are working together with the council. She tracked them down because they still have to determine sent to God charges, I think. Kay, your distress is entertaining us.
I know.
I was a big fan of David Drake, who died a few months ago. He wrote military sci-fi, but he had strong female characters and some were gay. I didn't realize how that may be atypical in the genre. Giant kaiju have mini trackers? Yes, they do. I may have forgotten to share this, but my dad once jokingly remarked while we were watching the 2014 Godzilla film end credits, he went, "They're not going to show Godzilla at the deli." Just imagine that, Godzilla at the deli in a post-credit scene. Do you ever see the commercial where Godzilla's kids come out to Godzilla that he was uncomfortable in his gender and Godzilla accepts her? It was stop motion animation and amazing. No, I don't think I saw that one.
Is that real, Dale? That doesn't sound real. I would laugh if it was real. David Drake. I don't know if it was David Drake. There was a series that someone got me into, and I didn't really finish it all, but it was really good. It was about a ship's captain, and it was in space. It was called Honor Harrington. See who wrote that?
Let's see.
The
I swear to God,
Honorverse.
it's Dale.
That was David Weber. Yeah, this guy David Weber, he did a really good series about this female Navy captain, but for like a spaceship. They're really good. There are some really good writers out there, but then, there's some like we were just discussing. We shouldn't discuss because they're not worth our time.
And just so you know, there is a difference in spelling between Gamera from the Toho films and Gamera from Marvel. Just in case you didn't know that. Because I learned that every time I do this.
Godzilla at a deli would be pretty hilarious. But at this point in time, I think everyone would think you were copying that stupid Marvel ending where they go get shawarma.
Well, I think that was the joke, though, is that they got shawarma and it's like that. Let's see. We're going to have Godzilla over here. And then I'm going to have Gamera right here. Rawr. He's made of turtle meat.
Oh, Richard Sherman died. That's sad.
Richard Sherman?
Yeah, he's one of the writers that did all the music in like the Jungle Book and Mary Poppins.
Oh.
And that's some pretty good music. Like, I don't like a lot of the music on those movies, but that one, Jungle Book, Mary Poppins, and Robin Hood. Those are some really good songs on those ones.
Mm-hmm. I think there were two brothers named Sherman.
Yeah, it's Richard and Robert. Robert died in 2012, and now Richard's passed.
Okay, so we have that. Let's see. So we have Godzilla. We have King Kong. This is going to be Gamera back here. Who else?
You had Mothra.
Mothra! I need Mothra. Mothra.
I think I figured out the problem. Creative wants to update everything, and it went ahead and is doing so, and that might be why Photoshop is acting so bizarre.
Well, you've been pretty quiet for the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Coming out, Godzilla. Smile for the camera. Funny magic marmot. Funny.
Wah, wah, wah. Yeah, I'll just have Mothra back here. Now, Mothra, was Mothra evil? I don't remember.
I always like to think of him as just silently staring and doing nothing, just chilling out in the corner, looking at you weirdly.
But I'm talking about in the Toho films.
I don't know. Evil? I'm just telling you what I like to think.
See, there's Godzilla, and then there we go. There's my rendering of Godzilla that I'm using. And he's got teeth right here. And a very strong jaw for a lizard.
Well, yeah, he's important, dude. He's probably considered like the most handsomest of the kaiju in the series.
Did you watch the Netflix series on Godzilla?
No.
it was interesting because, you know, Godzilla for the most of the series is literally just standing around, right? And like not even destroying buildings and stuff, and everyone's like, oh no, it's Godzilla, he's back, he's the king of the monsters.
He's just standing there.
Mothra is not evil. It is the god of an island that was threatened by atomic testing. Mothra is queen of the monsters. I see.
She's queen?
Yeah, I guess Mothra is a lady moth.
Mm-hmm.
That makes her even cooler.
Yeah, we'll have like, there we go, and then we'll have his little arms here. Yeah, I'm sorry that you had update issues.
Yep, it wanted to update everything, and I had it on auto update, so it had like about 5. Now, I work with this a lot, so I don't know why they came up with everything in the same weekend.
And again, that's, you know, I always try and do tech check, and I was here late, so that was my fault.
No, that's all right. I didn't, and I was here late and didn't, and figured, oh, everything's been fine.
Yeah.
So it may be a memory issue, too. Just trying to update all these things.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's just going, I don't know what's going on.
Godzilla and Snoop. That would be pretty awesome, too. I would laugh about that.
Yeah, and what I'm going to do is on here, we're going to have them looking at the tracker. Like this. Here's the little dog. His ears. Yeah, he didn't like the smell of Meow's tracker.
Wow, I didn't know that was the story of Mothra. I've not actually watched any of those movies.
Yeah, Godzilla and Snoop chilling on a podcast. Security updates when vulnerabilities are found. Mothra is a nod to how important silkworms are. Remembering Godzilla, king of the monsters, Mothra dies for Godzilla and he absorbs her power. Interesting. No, it's been a while since I haven't seen a Godzilla movie in a long time, and -1 is supposed to be really good, and I just haven't had a chance to see it yet. See, okay, so we're gonna do that, and then Mothra, I'll draw Mothra in back here. What? Yeah, I'm sorry that you're having difficulty, Kay. I still enjoy your company, though.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see, we'll do this. And then, what impressed me is how fucking buff Godzilla is now. You can see his gill slits on his neck now. Yeah. Yeah, he is a buff dinosaur or creature, or I don't know. Is he older than dinosaurs? Like, probably.
So, how are you guys taking the whole Red Lobster bankruptcy news?
I never ate there. I thought it was really crappy that a lot of locations just left the lobsters in the tank.
Oh, no!
Yeah, and that because what happened is that a hedge fund bought Red Lobster and then sold the land that Red Lobster was on and leased it back to Red Lobster.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was like doomed from the start. They just couldn't afford the leases anymore because the prices raised. And so yeah, they gutted it. The hedge fund gutted Red Lobster. And I'm not saying that like it was an amazing restaurant or anything like that. I just hate the way that hedge funds just see things as something to exploit.
Mm-hmm. Also, one of mine was a Southeast Asian seafood supplier, and that was where the unending shrimp deal came from.
Yeah,
and that screwed them over too.
Yeah, because they just couldn't keep up with people. It was costing them way too much money.
Mm-hmm.
People would just not leave. They'd have it and then they'd stay for 4 hours and eat they'd pack away like 7 or 8 of them. Let's see. The ocean fight scene in Kong vs. Godzilla is insane. Oh, hi, Meat Beep. What's up? How's your cosplay coming? Or no, that was Aston Martin doing the cosplay. Let's see. And then I had a good King Kong too. Yeah, there's good King Kong. All right. Yeah, I may not get through that many panels tonight because I'm drawing kaiju again, and I gotta research them. Let's see. I just finished it. Oh yeah, you're doing cosplay too. Good. Just finished it. I had to learn how to make keychains, and then love how the image is coming out. Oh, thank you, Jeremy. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm working on it.
Oh, you're making noises again, Kay.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Kay's aware of her noise making. Let's see. There we go. And then we'll give him his little beady monkey eyes. I mean, ape eyes. Excuse me. He has no tail, so he is not a monkey. He is an ape. It's not about the number of panels, it's about the company. I want that as a ringtone now. Let's see, in San Jose, there was better seafood joints and kids would go to sushi joints instead. I rarely ate there. The chain I did eat at, the fish market, died in that I missed, but it was a style of dining you didn't see many under 40 eat at.
My favorite place when I was in my 20s in Vancouver was this place called the Mongolian Grill.
Oh, I know the Mongolian Grill, yeah. Yeah, we got one here in Denver.
And it was like you get to choose like your frozen shaved meat, you get to choose your veggies, and then they had like this huge grid of whatever kind of sauce you want. It's like if you want sweet and salty, do 2 of these, 4 of these. I really loved it. It was so delicious. And it was all you could eat for like $10. And if you only ate 1 bowl, then they won. But if you got 2 bowls in your belly, then you won.
Well, now it's $35.
Yeah, I don't know what it is in Vancouver. It's probably 35 now, yeah.
Yeah.
But in the 90s, it was $10.
Yeah. No, the Mongolian Grill, we have one of those here in Denver, and Ian and I will occasionally go there when we get a hankering for Mongolian. Okay, now I need Gamera. Because Gamera is really neat. He's made of turtle meat. I won't be able to stay long. That's okay, Meat Beep. That's okay. Everything goes up with inflation. We call them Mongolian barbecues here. They were popular, but most are gone. I love Mongolian barbecues. Yeah. And it's always a wonderful performance watching the guys cook your meat too. Cook your food. Put it on there. Like
it's I super fast. You barely had to wait. It was done like in like 5 minutes, and you knew it was cooked well.
Mm-hmm.
Because you watched it.
You saw it cook.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. I'll draw a
wow, King Kong looks outraged.
I imagine they're outraged for some reason. It's really hard to find reference photos of calm looking kaiju. They're usually screaming or yelling or something or coming at you in the pictures. See, Red Lobster was a place where you could get decent lobster. At least it was in the 80s. I love Khan's Mongolian barbecue. All the cooks were Mexican. Well, hey, when you find a place that has Mexican cooks, usually it's pretty good food. It doesn't matter what style of food it is. Like, they know how to spice things. Yeah, it's good. Let's see. Kay is sending the secret messages, and then the problem in San Jose is finding good salt-style fish and chips.
Is she sending us secret messages, or is she sending messages back to her mothership? Okay.
Maybe to the audience, the secret messages are coming.
Yeah, right now it's verifying Adobe Lightroom Classic, which I don't want it to do. So maybe it's a verification issue. It doesn't.
I don't know.
Yes, is signed completely into Adobe because they use this at work.
Oh,
I don't know. Maybe it's just your computer is possessed tonight. It decided that, you just weren't drawing. That happens sometimes.
Yep. And that looks like I'm out of the game right now.
Yeah. Here we go. Hey, at least Gamera looks kind of cool. We gotta add his turtle shell.
Are you gonna add eyelashes to Mothra so we know she's a queen?
I don't think Mothra needs eyelashes.
No, I'm just being a smartass because it's eyelashes is the universal symbol of a girl.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me just do. I'll just imply that there is more monkey down here. Yeah. He'll just be a big, furry blob.
Yay, furry blobs.
Yeah, let me do this. Let me turn that off. That's interesting. I don't know where they are. But I gotta add Otis, his little texture. And then I think I don't know what I want. Let's see. Gosh, Jeremy posted a YouTube video. Almost all the 90s Asian all-you-can-eat seafood buffets are gone here. Today, crazy buffet. Do kaiju have furry conventions? I don't know. But, yeah.
But so that would imply that there would... Well, even though there technically is people inside the kaiju, we're supposed to suspend our disbelief and think they're real. So why would they have furry conventions?
I don't know. Do they pretend themselves? What I would think is that the price of the costumes, a kaiju size, would be exorbitant, right? Mm-hmm. You would have to have a custom costume builder.
Jeremy's asking a very important question.
Okay, the link contains many Kong references, though it may help. Is Kong dancing to come closer with Godzilla in many mediums of animation?
He's telling you to watch it for reference.
Oh, okay, yeah.
To help you see Kong not screaming.
Excellent, thank you. Let's see, okay. Panel 4. I can probably finish a 4th panel. Okay, so panel 4. So the second tracker is the Kaiju Councils. Now what? Now what? Let's see. I'm thinking of the kaiju as actual beings wearing furry costumes. I'm weird like that. Kaiju conventions are the next step in the level of kink about furry cons. Not as bizarre as clown cons, but pretty freaky. And then Magic Marmot says, "Who keeps calling me?" No, that's just Kay's thing, being crazy. Let's see. Did I leave that in there? No, I didn't. Okay. Let me do that. I will remove the color. Okay, there we go. And then here we are. So what happens next? Let's see. Why did the kaiju look angry? I imagine they're trying to track them down because the Scent of God issue was never solved.
Is maybe Mao is an emissary for them? Maybe he's like, let me take care of this. And they're discovering that he isn't taking care of it, and that's why they're mad, because they see what Mao's doing.
Dale says if he could buy a Godzilla suit, a good one, he would. Magic Marmot says, I don't know all the relationships, and what about Meow? So,
What about Meow?
I'm thinking, okay, so we have Meow tracking the group for some reason, and he says help them, right? And the Kaiju Council is tracking Meow. Maybe the Kaiju Council is wanting to hurt them, and Meow is trying to, like, save them. I don't know. I don't know. Like, help me out, chat. Help. I'll go back to the last panel so that there's at least something on screen. You know? And so, hang on, I have an idea. I have an idea! Yay, we have an idea coming! And so, yeah, so, kaiju are always angry. They are so large, their feet always hurt, not to mention, hemorrhoids due to their diet. Yeah. I mean, their diet is like people and buildings and, like, cars and stuff, I imagine. You know, I mean, you had King Kong in the original King Kong grabbing planes and eating them. You know, that can't be good for your digestive tract.
They can't ever find any shoes to fit them, and that's why they're angry, because it hurts to walk on all those things.
Yeah, I imagine. Yeah, they don't have orthopedics. Magic Marmot, what's your idea? You must be writing it out. Kaiju don't get enough fiber. Magic Marmot says Meow is a bit more rogue, like a Han Solo character. He does things in his own mysterious ways that always seem to work.
I like to think of him as that evil Chinese guy in Big Trouble in Little China.
The guy who needed the girl with the green eyes in order to become
and he has a
solid
long mustache.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think of him as like a Han Solo type. But that's just me.
So, being kaiju is like working for the Lego store barefoot.
Exactly. That's exactly true, Dale.
That's a good one.
Let's see. We still have Armand. Do we want to cut back to the group in the stomach realm?
Sure. But what's happening there?
Let's see. Kaiju Council represents the oligarchy that are upset with things get chaotic because it risks their investments. Yes. Okay, so we will go to the group and we will say, let's see, the group suspects something, or they suspect something's up, something like that, and then they're like looking around. I don't know. That seems kind of vague. Like, why is the
for some reason my brain wants it to suddenly go end up to a strip club. That's what my brain is telling me.
So you want the word balloons going around strip poles?
Yeah, sudden things change.
Yeah,
or maybe our crew has to start stripping because it's like it's like this. It's not a standard world that they're in. It's a backwards weird world where word balloons do stand-up comedy. So what if at the tables that they're sitting at, all of a sudden stripper poles appear and they have to get up and they're sitting there watching them?
That's a lot to happen in one panel. Gosh, I don't. Let's see. They want to track, do they want to be tracked? I don't think they want to be tracked. Mm-hmm. I think that they were planning on escaping away from the land of Philo and Meow, and they certainly wanted to get away from the Kaiju Council when Otis became a were vending machine in the first place. And so I imagine that they don't want to be tracked. So would they smash the trackers?
Yes.
Yes. They smashed the trackers.
And I really like that panel where you got it distance where he's just like, Arr.
Then escape is on the menu. No. Do they want to be tracked? Yeah, they smashed the trackers. Okay, so I'll draw them smashing a tracker. That will satiate my last panel. Let's see. Okay, so they smashed the tracker. So we're gonna have, I think, what, a chair? Should they smash it? Should they just like,
No, I think the Puma should jump on them.
Okay, so the Puma jumps on them. Okay.
And then the dog is there barking at them at the same time because the dog's like angry with the trackers. Because that's what dogs do. They bark like crazy.
Yeah. Let's see. I'll do this. I'll have his... Yeah, as he jumps. We'll go smash.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go smash. Oh, I know how to do that. Oh, I know how to do that. Oh, I just had an idea. Just a comic idea. It's nothing. Yeah, Puma Bluto, Jeremy. Puma Bluto is still a Puma. Let's see. They put the trackers in a weird place, so when anyone looks, they're facing a butt or something. I don't know. Maybe the pieces they'll put in a weird place. But yeah, let's have. We'll have him here. Be like, oh no, what are you doing? You're smashing it. And then, yeah, you said having the dog growl.
Yep.
Rrr.
Like, you know how they get the paws up front and they're like...
Yeah, I'll have his hair going back in. And then back here is going to be Otis. Yeah, couldn't type fast enough. No, we got you there. And yeah, it is Puma Bluto. So Puma Bluto, the reason why Bluto from Popeye has turned into a Puma is because he has that power to anamorph into a Puma whenever he likes. And there's a theme song. I don't remember the theme song, but it's in the panel when he anamorphs for the first time. So yes, the world of Philo is interesting. Like when we did it in Minneapolis, we would do a different story every week, and it was, it was okay because we just leave off somewhere and then we start in a new spot. But trying to continue the story is a lot more bizarre. I'm realizing I thought it would make things more consistent. Oh. What do you think, Kay? Do you prefer continuing the story, or did you like it when we had a new story every week?
We try continuing this story. I was thinking,
I like it.
Would have been, not only could you smell the trackers, but there'd be this little message popping up on their phones.
What about
that they know that it's getting wrecked?
Because that's what happens with eye trackers and iPhones.
Yeah, with the
there's the
air tags.
Air tag on you.
Yeah. But the thing is if you have an Android, that feature doesn't work. So
Really?
If somebody has an iPhone and they have an air tag and they put it on somebody who has an Android, their Android phone won't warn them that they have a tracker on them because, again, it's proprietary technology.
Okay.
Annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, so, one day they'll all talk to each other. But, and in the meantime, they got to make sure they have their customers. Let's see, I'll do this. Yeah, I'll have the Puma. Oh, well, probably not put the foot there. Here, I'll put the foot here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then I'm gonna draw Otis back here. Who still looks just like Philo. He's just dotted. And then yeah, we're gonna have the dog. Yeah, I'm one of those people that when I'm like drawing explosions, I make exploding sounds. Okay, we'll do this. We'll have that. Oh, I think we lost Robin.
Almost. You almost lost me.
Oh,
but I am getting there. I will admit I am almost falling asleep.
Yeah. I mean, you had a rough day. It's barbecue season.
Yep. And I'm up at 7:30. Work at 8:45 until 6:45. No, 5:45. But yeah, I'm still here. Have not fallen asleep yet.
Not yet. At least
soon.
not this show.
I've done it once. I've only done it once. Let's be fair. Just once.
I know. I'm just teasing you.
I don't know. I refuse to feel guilty about sleep because it's like when my body makes me sleep, it's time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a natural thing.
Yeah, unless like, you know, it's in class or something, and then it's like, no, what's wrong with me? Let's see. So we'll do that, and then what?
Hey, you have just a new person show up.
Yeah, developer at large.
Oh, hi, developer. Yeah, developer at large is a programmer, who pops in once in a while. I need to stream more. That's what needs to happen. Is I need to stream more. Because you know I don't get a chance to talk to any of these people because I've been busy with you know, daughter, and I need to get back to drawing Captain T. I haven't picked up Captain T in months, and so I need to stream more. I think developer came on when I was drawing a Captain T page many moons ago, and then I finally got a job. Yay! You got a job. Good for you. Excellent. I hope it's
We like
a good
to
job.
hear that. In this time of hard to find jobs, congratulations.
Yeah, let's see. We'll do this. Yeah, yeah, congrats, says Dale. Yeah, let's see. Got this, and then I gotta do the dog. And Otis is back here. And I'm not being as clean with my lines as I probably could be. But, you know, it's like speed art. You can't be completely clean.
There's a grace, though, too, if you use a brush.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so they smashed the trackers. It is 8:18. I'm not sure. Gosh, do I have enough time for another panel?
I don't know. You got a screaming kid back there.
Yeah, Ian's tending to her. She just woke up. So, thanks. It's an IT job. Excellent, developer. Excellent. See, do I have enough time for another panel? What would happen after they smash the tracker?
What if Mao materializes because he realizes he's losing his chance to hold sway over them or whatever it is he wants to do with them?
I don't know.
He realizes his trackers are gone, so he decides to pop into the fourth dimension.
Oh, Magic Marmot says signal lost, and they would print out a lottery ticket of the coordinates. So, yeah, let's see. Signal lost. I think signal lost is easy enough for me to be able to draw without, like, losing too much time.
Okay.
Yeah, I think signal lost is easy enough for me to draw.
Is he at his war room?
if they smash the trackers, then he might be in his war room. Yeah. And so what I will do. Yeah, poor Annabelle. She had a nap, but she fights her nap. They would print out a lottery ticket of the coordinates. Okay. So signal loss. Let's see. So I'm thinking having Meow like hit a table, like damn, you know, because he's in the war room, right?
Yeah. Kick a table.
Yeah.
And then hop away because he's tubbed his toe.
Yeah.
That always cracks me up when they do stuff like that, where they're like villains and they're laughing maniacally over their brilliant plan, and then they start coughing and choking.
So you're talking about stubbing their toe and stuff like that. The guy who came up with what whiskey is it? I'm trying to remember. It's the one with the number on it. Hennessy whiskey. Hennessy whiskey. I think it's an American whiskey. It's like it's like Kentucky brand whiskey or something like that. Very famous. And the guy was drunk, locked the recipe in a safe, and forgot the combination. And so when he was sober, he's trying to remember the combination, couldn't kick the side of the safe, and then got a gash in his toe and ended up dying from the gash.
Ooh, that's not fun.
Monitor on the back wall says signal lost on the screen. Yeah.
I wonder if he poured alcohol in that wound.
This was back in the 1800s. I'm trying to remember who it was. Gosh, was it? It's like Jameson whiskey or something. Let's see. Kick safe
Irish
by
brand.
whiskey recipe. Jack Daniels. That's who it was. Jack Daniels.
Oh, okay, Jack
He
Daniels.
kicked the safe, broke his toe,
Tetanus.
got infected and died. Yeah, septicemia is a painful, terrible thing.
Poor Jack Daniels.
Yeah. Yeah, but like I said, you don't expect it. Yeah, and so we're gonna have back here
Okay.
signal lost. And then I'll have like the back of the war room with like, I don't know, I guess I'll have another bay of minions. I imagine he has minions, and some more piping around because it's like a war room. We'll put a big red button in the center under a dome. Yeah. Here. See? So you have to like remove the dome to get to the button. Yeah, what weirds me out is you put it weirds me out. Your underdrawing is light red, not light blue. Chuck underdraws with a color erased red pencil. No one expects the Spanish Inquisition. No, I could do blue too. I just don't know why I choose red. It was just the color I picked so that I knew it wasn't the main art. And when I'm drawing my pages, I will have many, many, many colors. It just depends on what layer I'm working on, because if I'm drawing on one layer and then like say I'm adding background like couches and stuff, and then I put people on the couches, well, the background couches will be one color and then the people will be another color. And because they're on different layers, and I want to be able to tell the difference between them before I make everything the same black line art.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So I just picked red, and I keep using the same layer. Yeah. So this is, have him go smash. Have him do this. Yeah. And then we'll do this. Yeah, see? It's like it was always meant to be that way. Always meant to be that way. And then again, I'm going to put like a bay of another bay of minions down here. I got 5 minutes, so I can take some time on this panel.
What if I fall asleep?
Well, I got Kay here to keep me company. Hi, Kay.
Trying to keep myself awake.
How you doing?
Oh no, Kay's falling asleep too.
No! It's gonna be just me awake, and everybody's gonna be snoring. Okay.
Kitty minions.
Yeah, they are kitty minions. I imagine that Meow would have kitty minions.
I think, yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly right. And they're terrified of his outburst. Look at them. That's perfect. Are you going to put like one of those Chinese mouse suits on him? The high collar and the frogs?
I didn't draw him dressed.
I thought you did. I thought you put him in a robe last time.
No. In previous comics, I put him in robes, but this particular episode, he was naked in the war room. I just drew a cat.
I don't think his
red, then pencil, then ink, then erase, then drink. My dogs are both snoring. Do you want me to time the 5 minutes and shout out like I do with Chuck? 4 minutes! Yeah, he's letting me know that I don't have that much time.
Hey, Magic Marmot, I'm almost snoring with your dogs. Almost.
Yeah.
In 5 minutes, I'm going to turn off the lights and go to bed.
Oh, I know. And in 5 minutes, I'm probably not going to be that far behind you. But
yeah, your daughter stopped screaming, so that's a plus.
Yeah, Ian just had to get her a bottle and change her diaper. Like I said, she was laying down for her nap, and when I do the show, Ian takes care of her for me. And so, he's like, hey, don't worry about it. If you hear her, I'll take care of her. And so it's like, okay, awesome. Nice. So then that way I'm not like getting up and,
of course
I gotta go mess with my daughter. Yeah, let's see. So I'm going to give him like a little, like he's really upset. And then this guy's like surprised back there. I guess we'll put like more bay stuff in here, I guess. So it looks like it's like a signal thing. Okay. Let's see. All right. That kind of works out.
That looks like a red button that he's not supposed to touch.
That's kind of what I was going for.
Oh, okay.
Is that it's a red? Yeah, that he's got it under glass for a reason, Oh, there's my hard eraser. Okay, there we go. And then we'll do this. See, I started quoting the wrong time to Chuck to mess with his head. I speed up the count so he has like an extra 5 minutes of his 20 at the end to make him work faster. 1 minute! Yeah, I got 1 minute from my count too. I'm gonna call it done because that conveys what I want it to convey, which is that he is upset. And I think I think it's okay. There, I'll put a panel on the floor so it looks like it's very industrial. There. Ta-da! I want to thank Kay very much for joining us today. Let me stick you up here. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm sorry you didn't get a chance to draw. You're always welcome next week or week after that. It just depends on your schedule too. And so thank you. Let me turn this off, and I will turn you off. And then, of course, Miss Robin, thank you for always being my better half on the show and doing my thinking for me and having the gift of gab. So I'm going to say goodbye to you. And then it's me. I will say goodbye to the audience. Goodbye, audience. Thank you so much for joining us for Philo tonight. And I hope to see you guys next week. Have a good one.